after finals, you never really know which way the game's going to go, and I thought we did a pretty good job. We shot the ball really well. That was the one thing we probably could do this week, is get some shots up. So I was happy with that. I was really excited to have Brianna back. Definitely changes the game for us. 5 blocks, 19 points, and we've really missed that over the past few games. So excited about where we go from here.
Speaking of shooting well, she went 7 for 8. I mean, how much of a difference does it make inside for you guys?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, we really wanted to go in, and I thought she did just a great job being around the basket, being in the right spots, on the pick and roll, everything I thought we were able to look for. Probably missed her a few more times. I think we probably could have got it to her a little bit more, but really gives just a great punch to the offense.
Defensively, 5 blocks. What did she do on that side before?
Yeah, that was nice because she came out of nowhere for a couple of those. I mean, that was they had a layup on one play, and when they were making the run early in the first half, and we really need to get some stops, and I thought she was key in that stretch.
22 of your 25 baskets were in the paint. Is that just a function of their defense, how you were operating on offense, or just one of those days?
Our game plan was to go inside. We were trying to run a lot of stuff that would get us inside touches. We thought we had an advantage in the post. We still got a few shots. We didn't take as many threes, so I was happy about that. I thought we were really trying to work the ball, drive the ball, get to the free throw line a little bit more. We probably could have done that better. But yeah, the game plan was go inside.
Was 30 minutes for Brianna something you wanted to do or something you had to do?
Yeah, I wanted to. We wanted to play her as much as we can right now, just to make sure that everything's good. Make sure that tomorrow she still feels good. It's been great having her practice this week and getting her back into her rhythm.
Brianna, how good did it feel to be back out there? And also, I guess, how is the shoulder feeling after a lot of minutes on your body?
It feels great. I practiced this weekend. It felt good, and it just really felt really great to be back on the court with my team.
How much does it help you to go out and perform that level, too, after maybe any doubts that you could have had about your shoulder?
It just really brings a lot of confidence to me that, I don't have to be, scared or not play.
How long did it take you to get into your rhythm? It seemed you didn't score right away, and then you started getting it going slowly. How long did it take?
I didn't want to rush anything, so I really just tried to be good defensively and just let my offense come as the game went on.
Brianna, can you talk about how you were able to block shots but not pick up fouls?
I guess just trying to have good body control and go for the shot after they release it and not as soon as it comes out their hands.
Is it different on the college level than it was on the high school level in terms of that rhythm that you have to get into to block a shot?
No, I learned from high school just because, of course in high school it's easier, but now you better players, they have better body control, so.
Now, do we list you at 6'3" or 6'7" with that hair?
No.
Coach, can you talk about the pregame ceremony with officers?
Yes, we were really excited to join with local law enforcement to just show our show of support, really, for them, for what they do for us, how much we appreciate what they do for us, both here on campus and in the community. We have a number of people that have ties to law enforcement, and we wanted to make that clear. I thought we said it last week, but we wanted to really make it clear this week. We're so supportive of them.
I know there was some negative feedback this week. What do you think the players learned from sort of going out on the stage like that?
I think it's a great life experience, great life learning lesson. There's some teachable moments all week long, and it was really good for us. I think when you take a stand about something, you have to expect that everybody's not going to agree with you, and so it was good for them to have to go through that and understand that if you want to stand up for yourself, there's going to be people who are not in agreement, and you can't expect just because you stand up for something that everybody has the right to stand up for what they believe in too. And that's what's so great about America. Everybody has freedom of speech, and so today we wanted to let our fans have an appreciation for local law enforcement, and I thought that went over really well.
You talked about finals, can be distractions. Do you feel any of that might have been a distraction for your team? That because they're getting tweets at them that in negative light. Could that have played a factor at all?
I think it was a long week emotionally for everyone, and so we're glad it's behind us, and we feel like we're moving forward in a positive way.
When it's 20-13 the first half, what's your level of concern at that point?
I was mildly concerned. I think we took 2 timeouts. I think in that stretch, we couldn't get anything going offensively. We were one and done, and as well as we shot the ball in that particular stretch, we really couldn't get a basket. They banked in a couple threes at the end of the shot clock. They did hit some shots that we probably could have defended a little better. They got a couple turnovers. And that we had quite a few turnovers, I think, in that stretch. So I was concerned, but I just thought when we finally would get back into rhythm offensively, we'd be better, because I thought defensively we were doing a pretty good job, but their pace really threw us. I think that's what threw us. It was a little bit like playing Villanova. They were going to hold the ball, and they were going to keep the score down on their offensive end. So we couldn't get going. So that made it really difficult, I think, for us.
Was getting the ball inside and getting the post play going what kind of broke it loose? for
Yeah,
you
I
guys?
think it definitely did. Yeah, because I don't think we did we hit any threes?
No.
Yeah, so I think definitely it was the inside game.
And that's when you got down 20-13, that's what you wanted to do.
That's what
You
we-
wanted to go-
we went
get
right inside.
out and get
Yeah.
right-
I think we went to Bree on the first one, and a couple more after that. And then we got Jewel on the block some. Lindsay was driving the ball, so I think we got everybody thinking about getting to the rim.
Can you talk-
Brianna, how difficult was it for you these last games to sit on the bench and watch your teammates struggle somewhat without you out there?
It was like more of a learning experience for me. 'Cause like watching from the bench, you see like a really different perspective. So I can see like I need to go faster on my cuts, or on defense I need to be in this spot. So I think it was just a really good learning experience.
Had you missed much time at all in your high school career? Was this kind of a first time?
Yeah,
for
this
you?
is the first time thing. So
How hard was that to deal with, just missing a couple games? I mean, especially when you see them lose to UConn and maybe felt you could have made a difference in that one.
and of course it's hard. I mean, I always want to be out there with my team, but I just have to really get myself healthy and come back.
Coach, can you just talk about the plan with the team for over the holidays and then getting back together and heading out to UCLA?
They're leaving town today. Everybody's sprinting to the airport as we speak, and flying home. They'll be back on the 26th. We're going to practice probably around 5 o'clock that night, and then we leave for UCLA the next day, the 27th.
So obviously that's a tough turnaround to do that. Just what you expect then going into next week and how difficult that might be for the team.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty long break. I think it's good for them to get away and be with their families, rest a little bit, hopefully get in the gym and shoot a couple of those days too, and then we'll be right back at it. And that's a sacrifice they make to play college basketball. All their friends will be home until about January 15th, and they get a few days off, and then we're right back at it.
Brianna, can you talk about how defense impacts a run like you guys had to close out that first half?
I think just getting stops, and I think we get really excited about our stops, and we're able to just run in transition, and I think that's really part of our team's game is transition. So, I mean, getting the block, getting a quick rebound outlet into our guards around the floor, I think it really helps us on the offensive end.
Coach, can you assess the defense, just what you think makes it so relentless, so effective?
I thought Michael Johnson really gave us a lift. She was terrific off the bench. We were having trouble sticking with 15, and she kept. She was making some threes in the first half, and Michael really put some pressure on her. I don't think she scored on her the rest of the game. So I thought that gave us a lift. Once we could shut that down, I think we could help off some other people. I thought Cloud played really well. She had the step-back jumper going, and that was really hard for us to guard. We really didn't find an answer for that one. But overall, I think the block shots especially, I think really they just really are deflating to the offense. So it really gave us a great chance to get running.
Is quickness the most important thing in terms of having an effective defense, or is it that length, or is it more something mental?
I think the length is really critical. I think you look at Bree when she comes out at you, you got a long person with their hands up coming at you, and Jewel I think has that same ability. But other than that, I think that's the most important thing. It always helps to be quick, and she can get there in a hurry.
The percentages were really good. Is the assist numbers where you guys would like them to be? This is one of the rare. I think it was 10 today and 12 turnovers. We don't usually see that sort of flip flop from you guys.
I think we were low a little bit in our assists. I thought we put the ball on the floor and drove it a little bit more. So I think that you're not going to get assists when you do that. I don't think the break was going quite as well as it has been. I think there's a lot of reasons. Some of the passes we got fouled on, so we don't get the assist for that. But I'm not worried about it right now. I think we'll, we only had 25 field goals, so that's kind of a low number for us too.
Was there a readjustment phase for the team without Brianna in the lineup? And what do you see the identity hanging out? Did it kind of put you back a little bit, or did you benefit in some ways from trying different lineups?
You know, I think some people benefited from it, but I was disappointed that we didn't have more people step up. I thought Madison Cable did a phenomenal job as a starter. She came in and really gave us great minutes, and she, you know, we went to the 4-guard look for a while, and I thought that was effective for us. I would have liked to seen the post step up a little bit more. They had more opportunity. I think Jewel took on a little bit more, and that's not what we wanted. I think we wanted to spread that around to other people. So, you know, I think for Madison it was good. For Lindsay Allen it was good. I thought maybe Catherine had a one good game in there too, but overall, I expected more from the rest of the team in Bree's absence.
What's the identity you want to kind of form before you go into conference?
Well, you know, we want to be tougher mentally. That's number one. We have to get tougher mentally, and we got to be a great rebounding team. I mean, we want to be the best rebounding team in the country, and we didn't do that today. We've been doing a pretty good job there, but that and the transition game. I mean, we want to be really strong in transition. I think those are the three things that we really need to do.
Brianna, how restricted is that brace that you're wearing?
I'm pretty good movement. I mean, I can move my arm however I want to move it. So it's good.
So you didn't think about a dunk on that fast break that when you were going
No,
down?
I thought about a layup the whole time.
That's all you've been thinking about is layups, so if you get in that situation. Is what you guys, you talk about toughness, that was one thing that we talked about a lot after the Connecticut game. Have you seen some improvement along in that line, and again, how much have you seen?
And, you know, I think the DePaul game was a lesson of toughness. I think the resilience that we showed there, I thought really was probably the most positive thing we took out of that game. We just never quit, and I thought that was huge for us to make that step. I think we can get tougher. I think we've got a couple people, Lindsay and Jewel and Maddie and Hannah. I mean, we've got some really tough people on the team. We would like the post to step up and get a little tougher.
A lot of the players from the high school level really weren't counted on to play a whole lot of defense. They were all prolific scorers, probably. Is it tough to get people to buy in and teach people to play college defense at this level and play team defense?
I think it is. I think the first thing their high school coach tells them is don't foul. So they generally don't guard the other team's best player. Maybe they play some zone to protect them. So they really have never played defense, a lot of them. Michael Johnson, very well prepared. She came in very well prepared, and then you can see the results of that right now. I think Bree, and it's different for the post. You know, it's just really different for the post, especially with foul trouble. You really don't want to have them sitting on the bench when you've got one of the best post players in the country. So I think they had to relearn weak side help, how the rotation works defensively, you know, different ways to guard the ball screen. I think there's a lot of new stuff for them. It's a little bit easier for the guards, but it's very difficult for the post. And I think Bree's doing a great job of coming along and really understanding what we're trying to do defensively.